The pace of the game, the speed of the game has grinded on Iowa, and the fatigue factor may have been coming into play.
And just also, too, Tennessee has finally hit some bigger shots. They've created looks throughout this one, but it feels like some of those shots that were good looks that didn't go down in that first half, they're starting to see go through.
3 turnovers in the last 90 seconds for Iowa. Next would be their 30th. Looking for a stop here, but Cooper is nonstop. You got to call backboard on that one.
She is a special player, and she continues.
Another Cooper! Count it! The combination of Whitehorn and Cooper collaborating on another steal, looking for their 31st now. Iowa really desperate for a bucket. Can't get it to go. The game suddenly looking as though it may end the way it started, with about an 8-9-0 run for Tennessee.
What a sequence. Now Cooper clapping. Why? Because she just hit a shot, and now tenacity of the defensive play here. You see the collapse, just reaches in on Stuelke, finishes off the play. She's been excellent, but this circles back to Tennessee wants Iowa to put the ball on the deck. When they dribble it, Tennessee has been more effective in their pressure.
And now they got a foul. Hope for some misses, and then some answers on the offensive end without turning it over.
Tennessee just under 72% from the line, but they've created breathing room.
Yeah,
and again, it's the combination of getting those steals, doing what they do defensively, but also seeing shots go through.
Well, there had not been a lead of greater than 5 points until the last 90 seconds. Again, I just think over time, they just grind you down with that speed and that ever-present wave of new talent coming in every dead ball.
They're also coming off of a very tight win against Florida State, so they are comfortable in these moments.
And this Iowa team finally getting their leader back into the lineup. That time a little over the back, a little too rambunctious was Whitehorn coming in there to get that rebound, and she'll pick up the foul. That is number 4 on Ruby. And the good news for Iowa, it stops the clock and they promenade down to the other end for free throws.
But still, this is an important stretch here, because you're looking at a 3-possession game here at this point. You got to start to see some go through, and again, it turns back to a foul game and needing Tennessee to start to miss.
Kylie Feuerbach had a really nice third quarter. You see, Joe gets 1 out of 2 there, so that doesn't help. And a quick timeout by Tennessee.
She hit some tough shots. She also continued to mix it up, whether she was going to the basket, working the mid-range look, she got to her spots, and that's what really extended things.
Notably, Tennessee at 6-0, unranked. This should get them ranked without a doubt, beating number 17 Iowa. And to your point, I think that Florida State game helped them in the SEC-ACC Challenge, their most recent outing. For Iowa, this is a step up in competition. Kim Caldwell is putting her footprint on what this new program is about. This is the first time, by the way, that Tennessee has had a coach not connected to the Tennessee program in the past. Everyone that had come in for Pat Summitt had been connected to the program until now. And I think Caldwell is establishing now that there's a new sheriff in town. And yes, we're going to embrace our past, but we are making our own brand of future history at Tennessee.
Here in prime time, she is making her presence felt through the play of her Tennessee Volunteers.
In a lot of ways, the luxury of being not the person to replace, but replace sometimes can help you in trying to get the foundation you want as a program. Were it not for the injury problem that she had, might well have been Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark, right? So she's got obviously a mission this year.
Look, I think all of these teams, all of these players on a mission, and we keep circling back to what this inaugural Women's Champions Classic means. This is the showcase. This is a showcase of historic programs, teams that are all ranked Tennessee Volunteers receiving votes. Good chance that they will be ranked once we head into next week, but they are determined to continue growing because the aspirations are very big for all of these teams across the board.
And a quick foul given up by Sydney Uvalder. And that's just the way they've got to play it here in the later going. Speaking of UConn, though, to your point about Gino Auriemma, he really had a lot to do with the foundation of this event. When we say first annual, it's here for 4 more years, and there is a commitment to playing it, and in a lot of ways, this was something he felt the women's game needed. It's never been more popular, but it's never had an event of national significance like this to match that of the men. When you think of Alaska, you think of Maui, you think of all the different gatherings in the holiday season that get some attention for men's basketball. Something like this is exactly what the women's game needed, and Gino knew that. All right, here comes Lucy the other way. She needs something quick. And she's rejected by, guess who? Coop! 4-on-1 the other way. And a late foul as Z Spearman was ready to go up and do something really dynamic, and she lost her footing, and she'll get to the line.
Tay Cooper is flourishing in front of our eyes. Look at this block, the tracking, the timing. This was Iowa trying to make something happen down the stretch here, and Tay Cooper has had her hands on every single part of this game, in particular the finish. She has shown up in ways for her team that it's hard to really characterize just how much it's meant, and she's had a level of, I keep saying this, the fact that she's a redshirt sophomore and has a level of confidence and composure is something that you don't always see, and the sky is the limit for the potential that she has as a player.
Spearman, a Miami transfer. And they've got interchangeable parts. I mean, when you bring her in and you take Cooper out, it's like, okay, all right, let's go. May not be as dynamic offensively as Cooper, but certainly has the size and the range. I mean, the interchangeable parts, that's what makes Tennessee, I think, so viable. You were up 20. And she said, I guess I gave a bad speech at halftime.
Oh, what an answer. What an answer. And you could say, I think that's the fun part is, you know, we have known forever Gino Auriemma, Jeff Walls, the personalities. We're getting to know now Jan Jensen, though she has been around here of us, you know, getting to talk with her as she was associate head coach for Lisa Blue, learning the personality of Kim Caldwell and the disposition she has and how that resonates with her team.
Well, she belongs. There's no doubt about that. Feel back. And things have just gone stone cold for Iowa here in the last 3 minutes, and Tennessee can dribble it away and say we are back. The Lady Vol brand is high and mighty. And they're going to close this out with an 8-0 run. Closed it with a 14-1 spurt overall. 78-68. What a performance for Sarah Kustok. This is Tim Brando. We're going to send you to Mike Hill and Kim Adams. They're in Los Angeles right after this. Game 2 coming up. Louisville and number 2 UConn. You're watching the Women's Champions Classic on Fox.